Okay, so all of you guys right here are welcome so much to our live training. We've been hosting it live every single week, every Tuesday, and it's to go out there and really have three intentions in mind. Like number one is if you guys need to go out there and land a product manager job, like specifically pivoting over to AI product management. We are here to help with that. The call link is actually scheduled on, is actually in the chat. If everybody can go out there and see it. For those of you guys that are interested, please go ahead and schedule time to come and speak with one of our team members here. I think that a lot of people have been telling me that they can go out there and learn it. No, you're not going to learn it on your own. I just saw what John did, and I'm going to talk to you guys about. I actually couldn't really go to sleep last night. I was like, so many people are going to be made homeless, but then at the same time, I was also thinking about all the Christmas gifts I'm going to be counting up. Because if there's one thing I can do is I can sell and I can market. And with these two champs right here, y'all. I showed John how I created prompts. He's like, amateur. Come on. Step your game up. You're in this business. Do this shit for a living. Okay, so that's number one. Number two is to keep everybody what's going on with AI. It's moving extremely fast. It is scary how fast it's moving. And then number three is to also show you guys some of these skills. For today's specific webinar and use case, we're going to be talking about n8n workflows. And John, I would love for you to go out there and demo it for everybody. The frick, we should have just recorded what we were doing last night, like my time. How he vibe coded a whole landing page and everything,
Oh, that was recorded. Don't worry.
like visually. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, my note
Oh yeah,
taker
yeah, yeah,
recorded it.
yeah,
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 yeah, yeah. If you
yeah.
want, I'll send you the file. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, no. Let's not drop it because you and I had some less than kind interactions about how we're going to dominate.
I don't, no comment there.
Yeah, but anyways, so John, would you like to tell us a little bit about your background, and I'm gonna let Duru do a little intro on herself, and then can we see some demos? That's why
Sure.
everybody, that's why the fans are really here, right?
Do goes first.
Ah,
Ladies first.
Oh, thank you.
She's got the PhD here. She sweated and put a lot of, effort into that, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of tears. So she
she's
deserves to
she's
go
she's
first.
every Chinese parent's dream, dude. The Ivy League graduate, you know, right here. Duru, please.
Yes. Hey everyone, and thank you so much for coming tonight to tonight's webinar. My name is Dura, and I'm currently working at Corebridge Financial, building their investment analytics platform. I've been in fintech for the past 8 years, and I did work on many projects. I took on many roles, and as of last year, I also finished my master's degree in AI while working full time. And this really helped me understand what's going on in the AI world, but from an academic perspective. And also, I realized that there's a huge knowledge gap between the practical side of AI versus the technical side of AI. And I spent the year after my graduation really figuring out, how to apply my AI knowledge to my professional life and how to ramp up my personal brand, right? Like in terms of my career. And today we're gonna help you do the same. And yeah, I am also teaching in AI PM course by Product Gym. So yeah, hopefully I'll see some of you there.
Schedule the call. Dura is going to be starting her new cohort very, very soon, so please schedule the call. You guys are really going to be getting like an Ivy League master's AI education at a serious, insane discount. Yeah,
That's actually gonna get you hired. That's gonna
right,
teach.
right. And then my man John here.
Hey guys. So yeah, I'll share my screen and we'll go over my background. This is my LinkedIn here. So I went to shitty schools in Canada. This school here,
Hey.
uh, it's like a D League school, but I mean, I'm a self-learned person, so I'll show you my history, I guess. I worked in management consulting. That's how I first broke into the industry. I put some gray hairs, as you can see here, on the side of my head because I was doing like 100 hours a week, like Elon Musk style type of work. I'm not joking. And then I discovered that I don't want to do this shit anymore. I want to break into tech. So just before COVID happened, I did transition into tech. And I started as a business analyst, and then I transitioned to an associate product manager. And basically, I worked at three tech companies. Rock Wallet here is a crypto company, so I built out a trading desk for them. And then I transitioned to this company called Click to Pay, and I did a payment system with them. And the company actually got acquired because of a lot of the work that I did with them, which is really cool. And then I moved over to this company called Silver Gold Bull, and I built out a lot of their again, trading systems, but this time with gold and silver and other stuff. And then the company also got acquired as well. So, we got a theme here. And now I'm doing some stuff with Rich here as an automation instructor. I left last year because I had the bug. I wanted to be an entrepreneur and I wanted to start my own game and and I was addicted to AI. I dream about automations and AI. So I couldn't not work for myself. And so I made it out and I spent
Mm.
like 6 months retooling my skill set. And then I launched my own business called Launchpad Fast. And now I'm the type of dude that you see on LinkedIn that's dropping lovely matrix looking automations like this, like what the fuck is this, pardon my French, and that a lot of people are commenting on. So my most recent one, this one here about my Cortana agent, this one really blew up, talking about all it's done. It's like over like 80, almost, oh shit, it's 100,000 views now. Damn, that's really blowing up. Yeah, so I got a few of them that are going viral, but you guys are in for a treat because this is my latest one, which I just dropped today, and I'm not giving this away for free because this was expensive to make and it's expensive to run. But in this LinkedIn post here, I am giving a guide away. But on today's call, we're going to demo this exact workflow here today. We're going to demo it. So without further ado, let's get into it. So this is it in n8n. And maybe Rich, you should give kind of like the background and context on your system. I talk about it here. Like, for example, big tech is this AI agent secured 25 interviews and a $300,000 jobs. This is all true. And big tech is hiring whatever. They're hiring more than ever, yet people are finding it harder and harder than ever to get a job. So that's the problem. So why? So Rich, my man Rich here came up with this method, and I just automated the method. That's it. So I'll let Rich talk about the method before I go into the workflow.
Got it. All right, let me go ahead and share my screen here. So,
Perfect.
um, okay, is everybody seeing my screen right now?
Yeah.
I decided to kind of stand up my monitor, but um, like this is how hiring is actually getting done right now. So, which is 2 hours ago, we just posted up for our team, and then there is like a product manager. We're looking to fill multiple product manager positions within the merchant servicing and operations product team, right? And they're posting it up here, and they're letting you know right now exactly who are the hiring managers here at JPM. So you have like Robin Thompson, you have Kate Franks, you have like Ashley Gardner, you got Tu Nguyen, you got Chris. And we're not just talking about like JPM, we're also talking about let's just say we also got like this one here from Meta. And it's kind of sad. I'm seeing all these people, they're always like uploading like, hey, I'm looking for a job. Here's another one 5 hours ago, Video Amp. We're hiring for a principal product manager slash like UX and reporting. The problem that people are having right now is in the age of ChatGPT, all of you champs are effectively applying very manually. So you guys are still thinking that we operate in this age where I'm going to send over my resume and somebody like should be reviewing my resume and getting back to me. Unfortunately, the reality on the recruiting side is they are also getting automated themselves. So about 15% of their time spent as a recruiter right now, and I came from a recruiting background, is being spent building out something like a Zara. So if you guys don't know Zara yet, this is Zara. Okay. She's the AI recruiter. Okay. And there's a reason why they made this avatar. It there's another, not Zara, but there's also another one called Sarah. They're not related. And then there's like another one called Brain Trust. The list goes on and on and on and on because you have a bunch of people jam-packing these resumes in. They all look the same. And about 60%, now I'm not trying to be racist, but 60% of the people that are applying to US product manager jobs are from India. I think some of you might be joining us here from the motherland yourselves, right? They can't differentiate it. So what they're doing is, well, I see that Asian asshole every single day for the past 8 years, helping people transition into product management. Why don't I just go ahead and post up this thing on LinkedIn and why don't I just go out there and say like, who wants to go out there and join my team? The even bigger problem, most people don't go ahead and apply. The people that do, they send over some very amateur message like, I'm interested. No shit. The tech workforce right now is getting wiped out. It is a freaking straight refugee camp on a life raft trying to get out, right? So it's like, I'm interested, I'm interested, I'm interested. I see like 90 people every like that I've been seeing for the last 3 years saying they're still interested. Like I get it, you haven't been employed, right? So what we did was, all right, let's put together like a blurb based upon the resume and then based upon the job description. And there's only two things. Either you're qualified for the role, and these are the reasons why you're qualified, or either you're not qualified for the role, and I'm not qualified, but I'm able to go out there and basically learn up these skills. But these are other things that I saw in the job description I can bring out. Now, for me, some of you guys have already done the product management, the product gym program in the last 7, 8 years. John, no, Joe. Joe's on here. Do you remember Tall Joe, the investment banking guy with the Patagonia vest, like that came to class Tuesday and moved to San Francisco? He's on the call right now. I saw,
Oh,
yeah, I know. He's a proper adult now with two kids in Arizona. I saw him there during Thanksgiving. Like, you know how I used to do it is like, how we get people multiple offers. I used to just tell people, apply, apply, apply. And I ran it like a Chinese iPhone factory, right? But unfortunately, most people are like, well, should I hit them up on the weekends? Well, it's after 6:30. Should I even contact them? And then all that other kind of nonsense. Uh no, you guys should just freaking just hit it. Or like, I saw three hiring managers today for the same role at Dropbox. I just posted that up from the last 24 hours. Should I hit him up? Uh, John now, I was able to go out there and tell that problem to. And I think I bought into like we need to take that ownership completely off of you guys because you guys are overthinking it, which means you're missing out on opportunities and you're missing out on roles. So with that said, the context is, and plus we used to spend about 2, 3 hours a day manually scraping these jobs, and then you guys are always wondering like, how the hell is he getting to it? Like just posted up 6 minutes ago, 3 minutes ago. John has completely, I've seen the light, the old school Asian work ethic. I called my parents this morning, like, you guys messed me up with that. No, it's about working smarter, not harder. But he's automated that process, popped everything into a spreadsheet, automated the pitch. And I think the next iteration is actually sending out the Loom video pitch because that's what people are really responding to. So we're going to be doing some stuff with HeyGen and 11 Labs. Uh,
Hell yeah.
but Duru herself has actually already seen the positive impact and started booking some interviews as a result of this.
In just a few days too. It's
Yeah,
really good.
in
I just
about 55
did like
hours.
9 hours. I did 9 hours.
Yeah,
I texted John like I first thing in the morning. I was like, I have an interview.
yeah. So this is straight speed to lead. To kind of beef up John a little bit more, I actually like he's doing this already for companies' sales teams. And as a business owner, I can tell you generating leads and getting them on the calendar is the most time intensive and costly part about running a business because people are fucking assholes. Right? He's like, I'm gonna do yeah. I don't know if I want to book a call. Like it literally and then I booked a call. I don't want to show up. I'm gonna go out there and enroll later. Like you literally, we have a whole factory, like a whole warehouse of talent out here in Asia where we're just like getting people onto the calendar because we know once we mobilize you to the calendar, your chances of like enrolling with us shoot up for you guys, your biggest challenge right now is getting calls on your calendar. Most people don't do that bad actually, like when they're interacting with people. So on the actual interview, people can use a tutor, but like they don't really do that bad on it. So John, take this dinosauric medieval process that I told you, and yo, dude, show these
That's a
people.
good transaction. So yeah, Rich he described this medieval process. Basically, he said like ATSs are dead. That it's been taken over by ChatGPT and farms in India and whatever, and they've just so that's all dead. The new method is we got to go out there. We got to look at the job post. And from the job post, we got to manually figure out all of the different posts out there. And let me share my screen and tell you guys what I'm talking about. So I go into LinkedIn here. Let's say I want a product manager job. I don't actually go to job section anymore. I just type in product manager like Rich was doing. The problem with this is that there's going to be a ton of posts. So if I go to post here, there's going to be a shit ton of posts. Not all of these posts are actually product manager posts. Some of them are just talking about like, hey, oh, this one is actually a job post. So this one's a job post. This one's hiring. This one's, damn, a lot of them are actually hiring now this way. Not all of them are hiring this way, I promise you. So somebody has to go through and sift all this information. Somebody has to put it into like a document. Somebody has to then, after all this information has been entered in a document, now we need to rank all of this information. We need to see like, okay, like which one of these posts are actually posts about product manager jobs, which these days is actually quite a lot, which I'm seeing in this search right here. Wow, this is the most I've ever seen. Holy crap. But this one isn't. This one isn't. Hey, we got Rich here. Look at that. Look at you there. So,
About to put
anyways,
that homie
Rich,
out of the job, yo.
it's been 8 weeks. Okay, so here we go. So there's a post of a guy just talking about being a product manager and whatever. We don't care about that. We care about the people that are actually hiring and actually putting them out post. So Rich gave me this process, and I was thinking about this. I'm like, I got to figure out how I can automate this. So I put on my ayahuasca hat. I went to the jungle of Colombia, deep in the jungle. They gave me the big old pipe, and I took a big old slurp back, and then 9 hours later, I came back to life and I went and, we concocted this. So here we go. I hope you like that transition there.
Yes.
So basically, what this thingy does, this whole system does, is this performs what a human does. As you can see here, as I'm a human, I'm logged into my LinkedIn account. I go on here and I scrape and I type in product manager. Then as a human, what I do is I look at all these posts and then I put all these posts into a spreadsheet. So let's just say this empty spreadsheet here, which won't be empty for long. And then I need to go and I need to rank all these posts. I need to see which one of these posts are actually LinkedIn actually like job posts and which ones aren't. Then I need to go once I have, okay, like this guy's looking for a program manager. We don't want that. This guy's looking for a product development manager. Nah, that's kind of good, but we don't really want that. This guy wants technical product manager. That's kind of good. Senior product manager. Now we're talking. It's posted by this Linda person. Okay, let's look at this Linda person. Cool. We see Linda here. Nice. Now we need to like understand some information about Linda. So we got to scrape her information. We got to put into a spreadsheet. Linda's a group manager. She's from New York. She's part of Dick's Sporting Goods. Cool. She's hiring for this. What about this job? Now we got to look at this company. So basically, we need to think of like how we're going to like make a custom message this. We have samples of messages here. These are all a lot of samples here, but these sampled messages, which we work with, provided by Rich in all of his experience of doing this stuff for a bajillion years, because, Asians just look like they're like 20 years old until they don't. So That's how it goes with them. He's been doing this for a while. He's been doing this for a minute. But these aren't personalized. They're not personalized to the person that you're messaging, and they're not personalized to your skills. So what we've done is we've pretty much automated this entire workflow, and I just quickly modified some stuff here. So let's see if it works. I made a brand new spreadsheet. I literally did this a minute before this job. So we see some boxes moving. We see some arrows moving. Cool. By the way, Duru, I think it's getting your applicant details here. Yes, it is. That's fine. So we're pretending that Duru, for demo purposes here, Duru is the one who's basically she wants to apply for these jobs. So as this runs, oh look at this, we got the posts coming in. So what
Wow.
so what it does is it puts in all of the posts. Okay, let's see. It's scraped 26 posts, 25 posts actually, because number one is just the title one. And now what it's doing for each post, it's basically going through a loop. So for each one of these posts, I'll go back into here, into all the posts. It starts at number two, and then it goes down. It looks at each one. It looks at basically, okay, like we have the content here of the coast. It's a senior product manager. Okay, cool. Now let's look up this person. So we've looked up this person. Okay, cool. Now let's add a reasoning to this post. Let's add a relevancy score, like of a score, a score of 1 to 5. Is this post about hiring a product manager? The AI agent here gave it a 5, and it gave it a rationale. The post explicitly mentions an open senior product manager position, provides detailed role expectations, blah blah blah. Yes, it's a freaking product manager job post. Great. Who's the person? This. What's their title? This. What's the loc what's their location? Now what's all the messages? I don't know why this is green, but many people have been using this spreadsheet, so somebody made
Green.
it green.
I highlighted it as green so that like I can easily like find which row it's that I have to copy and like
Fair
paste in.
enough. Fair enough. So let's look at the message here. Hi, Rishi. I saw Rishi's product manager. Right Way's senior product manager platform role. I love your focus on transparent people first systems. I've led platform strategy and integrations in regulated environments. So you're probably wondering what the hell, where's it getting this from? Okay, so let's take a look. This is a job post here. We're talking about pharmacy. We're talking about transparency. It's like, okay, it's senior product manager. Okay. So that's where they got that first stuff from. Now, what about the stuff that's relevant? Because it's pulling up from Duru's resume. Duru said that she's led platform strategy and integrations in regulated environment. Let's see if that's true. I don't really know. But what we can do is we can just pull up the resume here. Here's the resume. As you can see in the automated response, it's a long string of text. Regulated. Duru, have you done regulated stuff before? Or is the AI just hallucinating? It hallucinated, did a really good job, by the way. You're on mute.
I always do work in audit, like work with audit. So yeah, it's regulated environment. I work for a,
Okay,
fine.
so there it is. This pulls it from a document. I'm not going to show you the document here, but it's just a preview of this. It's not the entire thing. So yeah, it mentions in here somewhere, and I don't think I can search within this right now. But it does a search through this entire document. It does a search for the job posting. And that's how it comes up with these sample messages. And these sample messages are based on these best practices for the initial messages, the follow-up and follow-up messages too. And so as you can see, it's gone through 4 items now. So if we go into this spreadsheet here, we go to a job post, here we go. Yeah, so we're at 5 - 1, so 4. Great. And they're all looking pretty good right now. They're all 5s at the moment, which is really good. So we can take a look at another one here. Hi, Sabrina. Saw your post for the. I gotta get rid of this green Duru. This is driving me nuts. Okay, let's go
I'll
back to
put it
this.
back after you're done. I'm gonna green it.
Well, this is a different document, Duru. This isn't yours. Don't worry. Every one of these that we give this to, they get their own document. It's only for you, so don't worry. Duru has her document. This is just for demo purposes. So, hi Sabrina, saw your post for the senior product manager role. I love the focus on SaaS and prop tech. I've led end-to-end launches in fast-paced settings. Happy to connect. Duru, have you done that? Have you led end-to-end launches?
Yes, it's a part of my resume. I have the
Uh,
word end-to-end launches. Yes,
Damn.
that's
So that's pretty good. By the way, these are programmed to be less than 200 characters. They have to be less than 200 characters, or you can't DM the hiring manager. Who's the DM? Who's the hiring manager? Well, it's the Sabrina chick. Who's Sabrina? She's the founder. She's talent acquisition recruiter. She's the recruiter. Cool. And let's see about the job. I thrive in hybrid. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Growth stage team. So let's see if there's anything here about growth. Uh-huh. Hybrid. Okay, so here's hybrid. Cool. We've shipped SaaS products in growth stage startups. So there we go. That's where I got growth from. So as you can see, it's really good with crafting these hyper personalized messages, and it does three of them. Maybe I should have call to action on that. So as you can see, we have the initial message here, we have the follow-up, and then we have follow-up number two. So the follow-up is, hey, Sabrina, following up on this, I thrive in this, blah, blah, blah. I have deep SaaS knowledge I would love to discuss. Cool. What's the last one? Just checking in again, still very interested in this. My startup mindset and test skills could be a fit. Let's connect. Now, in reality, these hiring managers, they're super freaking busy. Um, and if you're persistent, and if you're persistent and if you're consistent with the messaging in your messages, like the personalization in your messages, that just increases the likelihood of them actually responding to you. If you're not persistent and if you're not consistent in the messages, then the hiring manager is just going to think you're a write-off, and I don't want to talk to that person. But consistency and persistence, man, that shit sells. So, anyways, as you can see now, it's at 6. So, oh, I think we got another one that just went in there. Yep, now it's at 7. So it just keeps going and going. It has these blocks here which says system to mimic human behavior on purpose because it is scraping information about the recruiter, as you can see up here. And so when you scrape information from LinkedIn, by the way, LinkedIn automations is this big old gray area. You're not supposed to do them, but if you don't do them, then you're an idiot, essentially. Like literally every single person on LinkedIn that has like more than 10,000 followers or even 5,000 followers, they all have LinkedIn automations, all of them. It's the biggest open secret on LinkedIn. LinkedIn officially bans automations, but there is like thousands of platforms that offer automation services for LinkedIn's, and they're all competing for LinkedIn automations because LinkedIn, the rate of people that are using LinkedIn on a day-to-day basis is just fucking skyrocketing. Like LinkedIn is skyrocketing at like a fat, like at the same pace as like Instagram did when Instagram was first getting popular. That's how LinkedIn is skyrocketing right now. It's like on this insane bell curve. It's just going straight up. So if you don't have automations in place, how are you going to respond to everybody? How are you going to deal with shit on LinkedIn? Like you can't. It's just impossible. Like how can you deal with like 1,000 comments on a post that just came out in like a few days? Like you can't. So everyone has automation on LinkedIn. So don't worry, it's okay. And the way that people get away with automations on LinkedIn is doing stuff like this to mimic human behavior. So that's why this is here. Yeah, I think I've gone over a lot of it here. The first green box, maybe I'll talk in a bit more detail, is the scoring mechanism here. So we have the agents, and basically what the agent does is I can't make this bigger, but we have a prompt for the agent. We're saying you're an AI agent. Your job is to evaluate the LinkedIn post, blah, 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 assign a score based on blah, 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 blah. Where you're looking for these relevant things. We have this agent program to look for PM or technical PM or any variations of that. But of course, this prompt can be rewritten for basically any job that you're looking for a development job, a sales job, whatever, cybersecurity, it doesn't matter. And as we can see, it's like, look, it just produced a bunch of stuff. So it's always running. And as you can see, we're on 10 out of 10 right now run, and it's going to go up to 25. So it's already come up with a reasoning for this. Cool. So now once it does that, then what it does is this little node here basically looks and checks and sees if it is a score of 3 or 5, then now we're going to create the messaging. Oh, we got an error in sub memory here. So these workflows, they're freaking good, but sometimes we get these little errors here. I don't know why this happened. Key parameter is empty. There's no key parameter that's empty. There must be a key parameter that's empty, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and execute it again. These things happen. So anyways, basically how this works is it just keeps going and going and going until all 25 of these jobs that it scraped, all 25 of these LinkedIn posts, sorry, that it scraped have been scored and have the messages have been created, which is the things that matter most is the messages. And it's also good for you because you get to know a bit about who you are messaging. Here you have the location, you have the title, you have the name, you have the reasoning, you have even like a link to the post if you want. You can go ahead and I'm not logged in on this account, but we can go on over here, punch it in. And we can see exactly which post it's scraped. We can look at this person here if we want. This Rishi person here, healthcare product leader, cool. And so we can even if we want, we don't trust the AI, we can go ahead and confirm that it actually scraped the right stuff. Senior product manager. Yep, that's exactly the same words that are scraped in here automatically. And yeah, guys, that's basically it. I saw some comments asking about cost for this. There's a few costs for this. For example, you need a cost for running n8n. That's like 10 to 20, maybe $30 a month, depending on a bunch of different factors. There's a cost for using the API. I have an API here. It's called Unipile. Unipile is one of the biggest APIs for accessing LinkedIn and other social media platforms like Instagram and the likes. WhatsApp is on there too. That costs about $50 a month. And then there's what else? You need ChatGPT. ChatGPT costs like nothing. So that's the thing that's the cheapest here. ChatGPT is, yeah, you load up like $5 worth of credits and that shit will last you until you die, basically. It'll last forever. So yeah. Anyways, guys, that's basically it. Oh, when it's done, it sends an email. The email gets delivered. We got Duru's email here, but we can configure it to whoever we want. So yeah, you get an email. Oh, you get an email basically that with a link to this, a link to your job sheet here that it's done. You can go ahead and you can start hitting up those people. And I forgot the last thing I want to say. Should have started here at the beginning. There's a schedule trigger here. The trigger is designed to run twice a day at 10 and 19, basically 10 a.m. Eastern and 19, which is 7 p.m. Eastern. So it does it 25, it does in two batches, 25 and 25. So you wake up and you have a batch. And by batch, I mean you have like a bunch of jobs here with the hyper personalized messages all ready to go. So you can send out those DMs to all those people first thing in the morning. And then you can be that persistent asshole that gets a lot of jobs, a lot of high paying jobs, and hits them up at 7 p.m. at night, which is here. So then you get the second email. So this is done twice a day. So you get 50 posts scraped and scored with hyper personalized messages twice a day, up to 50 per day. Yeah, that's what you get twice per day. And that's it. I think that I've gone over everything there. Yes, I have. So that's it. Pass it over to Rich, who's on mute.
I just wanted to make sure. Give me a second here. Let me let me take a quick screenshot for LinkedIn to, get people's mouth watering on this guy.
Well,
Uh,
let's zoom out a little bit so we can see all the matrix.
yes, 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 yes. That is a capital idea.
There we go.
Here. Uh, Hang on.
Get everyone's mouth watering. Yeah.
Everybody's mouth watering. Who wanna rock with Jenny? Oh my gosh. All right. If you guys can pop your questions in the Q&A, we'll get down to answering it. Because I see just so many comments to go out there and sort through. So questions in the Q&A. Be happy to answer any questions that you guys have, gals. Going once, going twice, no questions. Okay, I see a person here. Give me a second. Let's
I see
bring them
stuff in
up
the
on the.
chats.
Yeah, I know. Let's bring this person up. So, Shalaka, am I saying your name right? Seems like you have a few questions. Shalaka, can you hear me? Yes. And um, Joe, do me a favor, dude. Put in the Q&A button. Shalaka asked, like, what if the same posts are pulled up for multiple days?
Yeah.
I think
That's
John can answer this at a technical level, and then at least for
mhm.
me, it is not unlike most of the time one hiring manager, like let's just say Dura and I work at like Airbnb. Um, it's very unlikely that Dura will post that post more than one time because she will get usually enough action since like she'll say like, I'm looking for somebody to join my product management team at Airbnb for experiences. And usually that one post as a PM from Airbnb, it'll get actually enough action. But let's just say she's still hiring for the role, right? 2 weeks later, it's not uncommon for, let's just say, her coworker John to just repost like 2 or 3 weeks later and say, "Hey, my friend Duru, product manager for experiences, she's still hiring for somebody on her team, and we are still looking for people." In which case, like you guys should just hit it up again. But it's very unlikely that the same hiring manager, like John's going to say, John is not going to post up, "I'm looking for a product manager on Tuesday." And then Thursday, he's going to be like, "I'm still looking for a product manager on Thursday." And then next Monday, he's like, "Okay, just in case you guys didn't see it, folks, like I'm looking." No, this is not that market. One post from John is beyond sufficient to pretty much just open up the can of worms. But John, can you answer that like from a technical level, like in case it scrapes like 2 times over or 3 times over?
Yeah, so when it scrapes, it puts all the jobs into a spreadsheet. And as you can see in this note here, it does a post, it does a match on the
Hmm.
post ID. So as you can see, we got the function here that the operation is the append or update row. So if it sees that there's already content using the match on the post ID, then it just overrides the existing post and deals with that way. In other words, it doesn't create, if there is multiple, if a person has if the scraping has gotten the same post over a few different days, so let's say it's scraped that post 2 or 3 different times, then it's not going to enter that same post 2 or 3 different times into the spreadsheet. It's only going to enter it in once because of this operation, the append or update row operation matched to the post ID here, which we get uh, over here from straight from the API. Gives us that post ID, and that comes in from LinkedIn. So that's all stored that way.
Got it. What about jobs that require like 0 to 2 years of experience? Like from a recruiting perspective, the years, honestly speaking, I've been saying this for 8 years. It actually doesn't matter. Nobody's going to manually count your years. But this actually highlights the big problem that we solved at Product Gym and John is bringing it into freaking 2025 is that like no, it is true, right? Like we've hosted enough like in-person sessions where like, and I'll go out there and highlight this for you right now. We've hosted enough in-person sessions where we got people like 30 plus product manager interviews like a week. And, you know, our company is the only company where we could say like they generated multiple offers in 45 days. They had multiple offers in 90 days. And it's just constantly like multiple offers after multiple offers after multiple offers. Like this guy here, he had multiple offers within 90 days. Your biggest bottleneck isn't the market. Your biggest bottleneck is over analyzing a role where you'll say, I notice the first thing people, even unemployed people, the first thing they're going to take a look at is like, well, that job says I have to be on site. No, 80% of the on site jobs are actually remote jobs. if you negotiate for it. So you don't have to be on site, right? And honestly speaking, if you do your job correctly, they don't care if you're being a degenerate right now in Colombia or Tokyo. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like you could be in the office 7 days a week, and if you suck at your job, you're still going to get laid off. So, like that from the perspective of the company, like it's like that doesn't matter. Okay, what about rich years of experience? They said, oh, they want like a computer science degree. They want this, they want this, they want this. You have to look at it as like another freaking episode of Indian Matchmaker. So I'm not looking for, I don't think I'm looking for anything that difficult here. I would like a doctor. And preferably we can split our time between New York and London because I have, my cousin. Like, it's just this monstrous list, right? And then you know who they end up choosing? You know, somebody that's not what they say. And I can attest to that from the recruiting side. When I was a recruiter, they say like, I want this. And that's why I laugh my ass off every single time I used to watch like Indian Matchmaker on Netflix. But at the end of the day, the person that they'll hire, there's Instagram versus like reality, right? It's like, oh, but they're looking for this experience. Oh, it's like another big barrier is like this guy here, he landed a product manager role with us like in 2 months. Oh, I'm not applying to that job. It says like they want me to do all that work for 125,000. You can negotiate up. It's a starting rate. A lot of times companies don't know like what should we go out there and price it, right? You tell us, Rich. So you spend about 80% of your time looking for reasons why you shouldn't apply to a job. And meanwhile, me being the Asian tiger mom, I'm just going to be like, apply, 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 apply. No, apply, right? And then the other 15% of your time is spent customizing your resume, which there people are just like, oh man, I thought like the reality is you're scared to fuck up. And if you're have that mindset, you're in the wrong business because this is the fucking up business. In fact, the best product manager is fucking up. Like this guy here, he landed 4 product manager offers from Argentina in 60 days. Okay. And he was just like, I just did what Rich told me to do. This guy here, I proved it. He applied to 10,000 jobs. Okay. He applied to 10,000 jobs. And, look at, he's one smiling mother lover right there, right? If you hit that, thank God now we got John here. You're not going to have to do it manually. But he proved that 10,000 jobs, up, down, left, right, and center, any like fintech, e-commerce, wellness tech, crypto. This guy's bagging interviews like up, down, left, right, and center, right? If you just go out there and do the volume, but the thing is, you guys can't get past it. So if we take that ownership away from you, granted, you still have to have like a decent looking resume, and granted, you still have to know how to interview, which is where the product gym program comes in. Um, if the more chances you get up to bat, the truth is like if you're going out on if you're going out like on 7 to 8 dates like a week, like you're getting a boyfriend or girlfriend. It's not possible. Like, dude knows. I automated me and a few guys, we automated the whole swiping game. Like in New York, right? Like it's just volume. So in terms of that, when people are asking like, oh, but what about this? What about this? You're spending 90, think about that in a perspective. You're spending 95% of your time, 80% of which spent telling yourself why you shouldn't apply, 15% of which, like, oh, I got a custom. By that time, the job's already gone, right? So the reason why Guru's been able to book interviews within like less than 24, 48 hours, and I imagine John with his wizardry. I also have like as we scale this up, I have like 50 more flows and how to go out there and generate interviews from like various other sources. As we get more robust in this, you're just gonna see we've already, Duru's been with us since 2018. You used to see like people book like 30 interviews like a week, right? The more time that you're spending interviewing, the better you're gonna sound on the interview. And when you're showing up to the interview and it's like, I don't give a fuck, they're like, I think we should hire that person, John. This is a really good shit. I mean, he looks like, I mean, like everybody else is going to the interview basically saying, please just give me this job. I don't want to hit the send button and answer the tell me about myself question anymore. Like, if you're like, are we doing this or are we not? Because I got 8 other interviews today and I really don't give a shit. So what are we talking about today? It's like, this is an e-com. Okay, e-commerce. This is what I know about e-commerce, right? When you're showing up to the interview with that aura, I proved it like in close to a decade. Like you're gonna go out there and get the job. Joe here, who's also been a part of the program, Yagli, um, like that was how we basically ran the program. CJ knows this as well. Elaine, who's a big fan of ours, you know this as well. So the volume person, the negative, I'm really pumped up for John to just go out there and wipe people out. Because the truth of the matter is your competition now with this tool, and I'm just referring John to, and I'm promoting him like Product Gym, we're taking no profit off of this, is um, your competition is going to get to these roles faster. And a lot of times people just hire kind of like the first or second person that they talk to, right? The second thing is your competition is going to be getting a lot better while you're still analyzing and watching YouTube videos and coming to these webinars. And then the other thing here, I think, is what everybody wants to hear is when you have multiple offers, that's when you get the 300K offers. The 300K offer is not going to come from one offer. Your 300K offer is going to come from 2 offers, 3 offers, 4 offers. If you have, I'll flex this last one right here. This guy got this is actually where we're about to take Duru. This guy here got a $300,000 offer strictly because he has 4 other offers, right? You pay more for a restaurant if more people are eating at that restaurant. Nobody goes to the restaurant. Like if you go in there and you're like, how much money can I get? Well, how do you justify your rate? What do you used to go out there and make? If you come to me as a business owner and John's like, I got 3 other offers. Okay, I'm going to take you a lot more seriously versus like, so John, are you interviewing with any other company right now? I have no other interviews. I'm just waiting for you to say yes, and I'm really praying that you do because I don't know where my next interview is coming from. Oh shit, dude, let's just lowball this Canadian kid that came out of a community college, man. I mean, shit. Like,
Yep.
right? Like that's that they're in the business of exploiting you, you know. So, mark my words. In 30 days from now, by Korean Independence Day, August 15th, you're gonna see Dura with 5 offers. We're about to liberate, you know, like Korean Independence Day.
Korean.
Never again.
It's also my goal
We're
and
ma
date.
that's on we're manifesting that shit. And then
I am 100%
yeah,
manifest.
John's gonna have I'm manifesting 1,300 recurring subscribers and shit. And we're just gonna completely blow this thing up. But yeah, like if you go like I have like the thing is like when you're asking companies for more money, they're taking a huge risk on you. Like, well, she might deliver, she might not. But the fact that other companies are bought into you makes me feel that much more confident. Like when somebody else wants to get something that you want, all of a sudden you got your competition hat on. It's like, no. You know, that's why like this shit like with windsurf is like, hang on, what? No, we're gonna make an offer right now. We're gonna make an offer right now. Tell those guys to wait. You know, that's how the feeding frenzy comes in. And I want you guys deserve to make $300,000. Let me tell you something. I was in recruiting for 8 years. This is what I know better than John and Duru. The $300,000 guy is not smarter than the $120,000 guy. Let's just agree on that. The 300 to $500,000 guy, they only get dumber. The $500,000 guy is dumber than the fucking $120,000 guy, right? So you should be making more money and doing less fucking work. Why would you want to make less money doing all the work? It makes no sense, you know? So when people get like the 300, 400K offers from Product Gym and people are like, but you must be working all the time. It's like, no, I just delegate. And if they give me more projects, I say, well, I need a new PM for that. And then they hire somebody from the Product Gym program. So make more money, people, because you'll be working a lot less hours, making going for the higher tiers, you know. John, I hand it back off to you, but like I was I saw John in action last night and I was like, holy shit. Everybody that's not on this shit is so fucked. And the reason why me as a business owner is willing to say this on YouTube is because I know y'all, whoever's not on this is gonna be fucked. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Uh,
Rich wanted me to make a landing page about what you just saw and pretty much pitch it and sell it with a Stripe. So I did all of that with him on a call in 20 minutes, the entire thing, the entire page. And it looks great. And then shortly after that, Rich, after you went to sleep, I made the LinkedIn post with the guide and I did the Beehive news post as well. Yeah, that took me a bit longer because that's we're talking about three big pieces of content, and I had to manually review it and stuff and change a few things. But I mean, back in the day, like you would need a copywriter, you need multiple copywriters to go through multiple reviews, right? So that it would take weeks. Number one. Number two, if you're making like a landing page and if you're, putting people on landing page, you need a front end developer, you need a code reviewer, you need a deployment person. That's three different people there. I just did like, six jobs within an hour and
Yeah.
better than it would have been with those six jobs. So yeah, everyone's jobs are getting automated. It's just straight up. So you need to learn these automations. You learn these automations, you learn AI, you need to become a doctor of AI like Duru, or you need to become a practitioner of AI like me, or you need to become an ultimate salesperson like Richard here, or else like that's just where it's going with white collar jobs. It's shit's being automated. 100%.
Yeah. Don't wait, folks. I'd say like my final words of wisdom. If like we are like we do we really not have any other questions? Like, if you guys are thinking you're dying, I asked John this question last night. I was like, should I learn how to vibe code? He's like, no. He's like your bread and butter, your superpower. Because I basically showed him how we prompted the thing out. But he's like, your superpower is doing what you're doing, and you need to keep doing what it is that you're doing and automate everything else that's not worth your freaking time. Um, and I was like, you know what? He's right. Because I've sold
And for
everything.
me, because like I can't like I'm lightning focused on AI and automations. Like I dream about this shit. When like Grok comes out, when Grok Core 4 came out, I stopped what I did. I got on my knees, I said, Elon Musk, give me the Grok 4, put it in my face. Put up my credit card, fucking gave that whatever $25, $30. I went in there and started using Grok 4. Like I had to, because every other person like me was doing the exact same thing, all doing the exact same thing. 12 hours later, not even 12 hours later, like an hour later, all this content started coming out, videos started coming out, news articles started coming about Grok 4, Grok for this, Grok for this. The point is that every single like it used to be every like quarter, and then it became every month. Something a new model would come out that blow everyone's minds. Now it's going to be like every few weeks. So like my job is solely focused on just following what the fuck is happening because it's happening so insanely fast. And so, like, I'm laser focused on that. I don't have time to do marketing and sales. I do a bit of that, but that's not my bread and butter. That shit takes effort, man. I don't have time for that.
You didn't take effort. I can tell you guys this too. Schedule a call. Let's talk about getting you guys in the program because like I want everybody to be in a place to defend themselves. The last bit of news for the day. Good news, great news, great news. I gotta share with you. But no, I love our president. Ain't no complaints from me, man. You're doing a hell of a job. Is this? I don't know if you guys caught this, but Nvidia, I hope you guys are holding on to that stock because they are allowed to sell chips again to China. And you know who got in on that action? Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi.
The Pelosi tracker.
She
Oh, yeah.
outperforms all
She
the
always
Ivy League
outperforms the
quants.
market. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I think China produces like 25,000 quants like a year. I don't know how she does it. She outperforms
Yeah.
all of them.
Congress put in a bill, and Congress is like, all right, we need to stop doing insider trading for Congress members. And you know what? 80% of Congress people were like, yeah, fuck that shit. How am I gonna get rich, fam?
People are like, this is
Shut
an
it down
attack.
so fast. It's like the one of the fastest bills to be shut down. It's like stopping corruption in Congress. What?
Dude, that
We're
must
gonna
have been
stop
so
corruption? Hell no.
that must have been so funny when you had like a Dan Crenshaw and Pelosi. It was like, this is an attack on all of us. It is un-American for us not to be able to make money on insider trading. But
Exactly.
Nvidia, the even bigger news. That's the hilarious thing. I don't know why everybody's just not on the Pelosi track. Like, just put out like $100 and like I
Dude,
put out
there's an app. There's an
like a
app called Pelosi Tracker.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
just go in there, you load $100, and it just follows Pelosi's like index. That's it. It just
Um,
re-engineered Pelosi's index. Yeah, that's all it does.
yeah, but part of the deal of like them being able to sell those chips again is what you guys are ultimately going to go ahead and see is you guys are going to see us actually making it an even playing field of like you're going to start seeing us using Chinese AI as well. It's going to be unavoidable to dismiss things like Magnus or like DeepSeek. There is a whole gang of vultures on the other side of the Pacific Ocean. So you guys need to learn this stuff because the more you're learning it, um, it's about getting hyper specialized right now. The more you guys are learning it and the more you guys are deploying it, so you guys don't have time to look at a job description, think about whether or not you want to work there. Oh shit, I saw my girlfriend's like classmate's boyfriend. He has a job there. Can I get it? Like, Duru's gonna come smoke you guys. So let's get on this job. Let's get you guys. When a flood is coming, as we're seeing, on a serious note, I am praying for all my friends in New York. It's better when the flood is coming to get to higher ground. I'm telling you guys, like, get to the higher paid positions because those people, they have more time, they're making more money, and they're delegating more, and the layoff doesn't get to them first. They get to the people at the bottom first. Because just like Pelosi, the decision makers are like, I'm not gonna fucking sacrifice myself like Captain America here. I mean, nah. We just hired like what, those three kids from freaking Babson University. Go take them out, dude. I mean, shit. I need this job. I got a mortgage and another kid on the way. So like schedule the call. Let's get you guys printing cash. There is a fucking AI gold rush right now. Let's get you guys printing freaking US dollars and you guys can decide how it is that you want to go out there and deploy. Anaruda, let's get you in, man. I mean, we're like talking about nickels and dimes. I mean, shit. You don't have the time, dude. You can't, like, I've been telling everybody, you cannot afford to not do this because in the next 45 days, this shit's moving faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. You're racing against a freaking zombie here, man. Shit.
Racing against a zombie.
Oh, you're racing
Opposite.
against a White Walker.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't win.
You want to be like John here, living his best life in Medellin. Man of culture. Uh, Ed Ritter, reach out to me on LinkedIn. Let's go ahead and chat it up after this. Let's get it, people. John, thank you so much for your time. Duru, thank you so much for your time.
Pleasure.
Next week, if you guys are not our community, our online community on WAP is free. Please go ahead and sign up on WAP. If you guys are already in the product gym program, you guys don't have to worry about that. We have one called Tech Jobs WAP, just for everybody in the tech community. And then, of course, you guys are on the special one because you guys paid for it. But we are doing a vibe coding for the Google product manager interview next Tuesday. Yes, I don't know if you guys saw the Reddit post, but they're like, I did not know that, I had to learn how to vibe code for a Google product manager interview. And unfortunately, when Google does something, everybody else does it. The dumbest freaking question was when a management consultant got a product manager job at Google, and they're like, I've never asked like how do I conduct a product manager interview? They're just like, dude, just ask him a bunch of random questions, man. Who cares? And he asked the question like, how many windows are there in Manhattan? Because that's a standard management consulting interview question. And that shit went viral on Reddit. And then everybody else in the industry was like, well, if Google's asking that for their product managers, we need to ask that for our product managers. Like, you're a dog walking app, bro. What does having how many fucking windows in Manhattan have to do
Yeah,
with walking
so
dogs?
learn the vibe code basically. And that's what Richard saw me do when he's referenced yesterday. I vibe coded a site in front of him and pushed it to production within like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's great.
Yeah. So see y'all next Tuesday night and stop thinking about learning this shit on your own. I'll tell you guys why. Like, you guys need a community. When AI completely takes over, like how you're gonna get a job is like CJ, you're like hitting Hector up. You're like,
Yeah, on it takes too long to learn this shit by yourself. I started learning it by yourself, and that's good. Take the initiative to start learning it by yourself, and then join a community and learn the best practices, and that will get you ahead of everybody else. And that's what got me ahead of everybody else. I did the Tech Bro boot camp.
What, the Passport Bro boot camp in Singapore? Network
Literally,
school.
literally, yeah. I did. I went all the way to Singapore, spent a month there to learn this shit. So don't go to and I quit my job, by the way, to do this shit. So don't go to the extremes that I do. You don't have to do that. Uh, you can learn it with us.
Did you see that? Like, it's so freaking hilarious. I did not know that that was network school, but I saw a bunch of content with that. Dude, have you seen this? We should like run something like this. Network school.
No,
It's
no,
pretty
I
cool.
never saw that.
It's a bunch of bros running on those like curved treadmills.
Treadmills.
They're like, are you ready to level up your skills? They're just like, daytime. It's like this like complete like CrossFit gym. It looks like freaking Equinox in a tent. And then he's
Yeah,
like,
literally.
afterwards, we do some cold plunge. We vibe code
Yeah,
for the rest of the day, learn how to build
yeah,
AI agents. And then at
yeah,
nighttime, we go clubbing in Singapore at Marina Bay Sands.
yeah.
I mean, sounds fun to be honest.
It
Sounds
is
like a
fun. It's like
I would do it.
It,
I
it
would
was
sign
it
up.
was fun. Yeah.
yeah, it's like
Sign up.
$3,000 a month, and then like they sold out. Like all these bros came in to Singapore.
Yeah, it was invite only. It was interview only. I did the interview and I got accepted. I was like, no fucking way. I guess I'm going to Singapore for a month. Let's go.
The gens. Let's
No,
go.
there was no drinking. It was just straight vibe coding and
No
creating AI
drinking.
agents. There was like no drinking. No, no. It was very
Wow,
sober.
that's great.
Yeah.
What about when you guys get
Yeah.
to Singapore? When you guys actually get to like Singapore proper?
Oh, well, that's a different story. Yeah.
That's
But during the
Recording.
weekly
Something
programming, nah,
recording
there was
right
there was
now.
no drinking. I was sober as a bird like almost all the days I was there.
All right,
And it
champs.
was great. It was great.
Let's get it. Let's get it. I'll talk to you guys all very soon. And then Anna Ruda, where are you? Did you ping me on LinkedIn already?
Yeah, I dropped my LinkedIn link there so you guys can jump on there and you can get my JSON work files if you want. You can get in line. You can send me your LinkedIn requests and eventually I'll get around to accepting it. Not too many.
I know you're in the Bay Area, man. I know right that we talked to here. Give me a second here.
Oh my God, I got people DMing me interview, interview. Just
Interview.
interview. They want this workflow so bad. They're not even commenting me. They're just interview. Give me that shit now. Like here's this chick. Interview.
Dude, man, this is so done.
Reminds
Okay,
me of Blade Runner 2024 9. Interlock, interlock, interlock.
interlock. All right, where's my boy Anaruda, who is referred
Hi
to as
John, where is the LinkedIn message? I don't see it in my chat. What LinkedIn message, CJ, are you talking about? Got me curious. Better answer fast because we're closing this out, man.
that is not a sales tactic. Like there is
Oh, it's in the chat here, man. Here, I'll post it again.
Okay. Yo, champs, let's print cash. Let's do this. Let's freaking do this. Okay.
Let's go, guys.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for your time. I know it's late over there. Duru, stay dry. John, stay safe. Talk to
Yeah.
you there. Bye.
See you guys.